Recently, a friend and I planned a winter sketching trip to Phipps Conservatory. It's a botanical garden in Pittsburgh. Well, I made special sketchbooks just for the occasion, and I put together a video on how I put these together. I will link that in the description box below. I've just finished my sketchbook. Let me show it to you. I thought I was going to use colored pencils. It turns out the colored pencils didn't show really well on the darker portions of the painted paper. So I ended up using some of these Neocolor 2 watercolor crayons, and that helped. And I also used a Stabilo All, which draws on pretty much anything, including, they say, glass. Anyway, so there were these beautiful orchid chandeliers, 2 tiers of orchids hanging from the ceiling. And I loved them so much, I did a separate drawing of them with the flower, and then you get the sense of them as a big mass. And for this I used Posca pens. Worked really well. There was a beautiful statue in the palm court in that front area, and they had put a lovely sash of dried flowers on her. So that I used my watercolor set. Very simple little set there. The fern room was gorgeous and full of moss, and I love moss. It really suited this page well. I used Posca markers for that, and I also used Posca markers for these begonias. Some of the little details I just find so lovely. This is a close-up of some of the orchids. There was an orchid show going on, and they were just so beautiful. I really loved the different types of greenery and all of the bold patterns on them. So this was a combination of, I used a lot of this pencil, this Stabilo All pencil. It was so opaque and it just worked right over top. And then I also used some of the Neocolors. This was a fountain that was just so lovely and surrounded by gobs of different orchids. I just loved it. And then this is another one of the orchids. I liked how the drawing fit into the previously painted paper. Worked really well. In the entryway of the conservatory is something called the palm court, and this is one of the palms. It was just so gorgeous and made me think of Florida and warmer places and that sort of thing. And then the last page is a bonsai tree that they were also having a bonsai show, and this one was done with Neocolors and Posca markers. And it was just such a lovely, gnarly old tree. I was really surprised at how much easier it was to create art on pages that already had some color to them than it was to face that blank page. So I really recommend that you give this a try.